Okay, so let's start today's session. So basically, this session is designed for particularly GTD aspirants to help you guys decide how you are going to present your GTD profile as a professional outreach and global talent display, right? So for this particular session, we have decided how we can help you decide and how we can help you get a better professional outreach for your GTD purpose. So, in this session, we are going to have three specific aspects of the professional outreach via email, via research, and the third one is via connections, right? So, first of all, I would like to tell you that most of the people step over here that how to get the outreach, how to get connection, how to build your profile, what you should do, what you should do not. So, this is the aspect that we are going to cover into the session. So, let's start. First of all, our today's agenda is we are going to cover the professional outreach topic for GTV endorsement. We are going to learn how you can connect with the academic and industry experts, how you're going to get your research opportunities, not the ones which you are doing right now. You can also increase your research spectra, how you can connect with the well-known researchers in the field, and how you can identify speaking platforms, how you are going to connect with them, and how you are going to build your professional reach. So let's begin. So, what you guys think about professional outreach first of all? Can anybody tell me? We are not going to make this session very boring. We are going to make this very interactive, so it will be learning for you as well, and you can benefit more. So, can anybody tell me what do you understand by professional outreach, or which hurdles you guys are having in your professional outreach pattern, so we can cover in this workshop? Okay, so let's begin. First of all, why professional outreach matters for the GTV purpose? Because when you are going to present yourself for the GTV application, you are not just presenting yourself as an academic nation, you are presenting yourself as a leader, as an internationally recognized person in your field. You are going to show the credibility, but how you are going to achieve that credibility? This is the thing. This is the main point we are going to cover in this workshop. So, first of all, how you are going to connect, okay, let me tell you, if you are having research papers, you have, let's say there's a person who is having 10 to 12 research papers, but no connections, no proof, no credibility. That would not be enough. Even there might be a person who is having just two papers, but that could perform better in the GTV purpose. How? Because he has the credibility proofs, like recognized letters, recognition letters, updated professional portfolio, and some certification and connections with the leaders of the field, right? So, okay, this is the technician criteria also that you have to show your technical and commercial success with the connections and with the professional the endorsement application will only look for the international recognition as well. They also look for the credibility, like your letters. The main thing in your GTV purpose will be your connections as well as your recognition letters and your proofs. The more proofs you get, the better you can present yourself in your profile. So, but ever wondered, we are all talking about outreach, you have to get the connections, but how you are going to get the connections? The first part is email outreach, which plays the most important part in your GTV application. But how most people make this issue that they don't understand how they're going to connect via email. What they do, like they just boost emails to multiple persons. So that's the main point. We don't want the quantity, we want the quality, right? So how you're going to write a good email, a winning email, basically, we can say. So professional email can get academic and industrial responses from the leaders. So in this first part, we are going to basically introduce you how you are going to get your email outreach and how you are going to use your email tool. Basically, email is the part. It is basically a a fruit which you can use to get more and more. So how you are going to connect first, what you are going to do in writing a very winning email. So first of all, you have to search for the research recipient. Ever wondered how you are going to find the recipients? Like how you are going to tell that this person is better, or you just send your emails to everybody? No, you basically don't do this. You find the persons in your field which are having experts, which are having the experience, which are having the international leadership skills, and working with them could definitely improve your profile. First of all, but when I'm talking about that you have to find the leaders or you have to find the experts in your field, the question will arise in your mind that how you're going to find them basically. So you can use the tools like Hunter.io and Rocket Reach, and I will again say the most important thing is LinkedIn. LinkedIn connects you with a lot of research experts, not only the research experts, but the experts in your field as well. So whenever you are going to these tools or to the LinkedIn or your professional background and your friends and gatherings as well and your professional outreach as well. So these people you are going to find and you are going to send them emails, right? You are not going to you should not basically wait for the persons to contact you, for the industry experts to contact you in your collaborative works. You are going to send them a polite and encouraging email, and that email you are going to design in a way that whenever they read that email, they come to you, like they respond you positively and they give you a chance to present or to achieve what you are going to do, right? So how you are going to write a winning email? So the first thing is very important, which is your subject line. This is where the most emails get just dropped off in the bin. They're not even looked at. Why? Because the subject line is not very clear, or maybe that's not very catchy, or that's not up to the interest of those people which you are sending the emails, right? So you have to write the collaboration topic, your name in the subject, because they never know who you are. You are just sending the emails to somebody you don't know or they don't know you. So you are going to write your name and the topic for which you are sending them the email, like you are looking for a collaboration, right? So that will make them clear that what this email is about. Now, the second most important thing is the length of the email. You should never write a very lengthy email, because the professionals are very good people. They're not that much free that they will just reach the whole email of somebody who they don't even know. So what you are going to do, you should only keep your email up to. You should try basically to keep your email for 150 to 200 words maximum, and it should be very clear, very professional and polite tone. Second thing, what you are going to do, personalize every email. This is also a very important thing. Most people do what they are just they're making one draft of the email, and they're sending that similar email body to every person they're outreaching. That's the main problem. Again, I will say that I first told that quantity doesn't matter, but quality matters. You have to personalize every email for the person you are sending this email, you are contacting. You have to make it specific for them. So they will entrust you, yeah, that this is something of my interest. They will look into it. They will contact you, or they will either respond to positively, right? Okay. So second thing is you have to add a clear CTA, means call to action. Like you can either write that we can have a 15-minute chat, or we can have a discussion. I'm open to a discussion. We are open to discussing some opportunities we could have together. This will show that you are willing to do, you are willing to invest your efforts with them, right? So you should, okay. So this is about how to write your email. But another important thing is that how you are going to send those emails. Never send emails within never give a follow up within just 2 hours, 3 hours. No, you have to at least wait for 7 to 10 days, because most professionals are definitely they're very busy people. They take some time, but it doesn't mean that you are not going to give them a follow up. I always ask my clients to send them a follow up. Why? Because Sometimes your email gets just ignored because it is just matched up with all the other emails. So what you're going to do, your one follow-up can make it appear to them, right? But do not give more than two follow-ups. When you're going giving more than two follow-ups, asking again and again that I have sent you an email, can you look, can you give me a reply, that's also give a bad impact. So send your email, then wait for 7 to 10 days, and then give them a polite follow-up, right? Never email the same person and again, right? You have to search multiple experts in your field and you can send them the email. But one more tip I would like to give you that at least when you are sending an email from an institutional perspective, like you are sending an email to a professor of Harvard University, so I would not suggest you to send the same email to the same university other professor. Like I will not suggest you to just target research people from or other industrial people from the same institute. Be broad-minded. Target multiple people, right? So what you can do, you can target the people. And again, one more important thing: do not neglect minor or reputed or not very well off like high top tier institutes. You can also go for the mid tier research institutes, mid tier university, because do not always focus on the top quality, right? Because sometimes what happens when we are just targeting the higher institutes, we neglect those potentially experts which are not over there, right? So sending to the top tier and the middle tier institutes and research workers, it will help you to gain more and more, right? Second important thing is that the timing matters. Do not send your email at your specific timing, but I will ask you to prefer the timing of the person you are sending. Send them the email of about 9 to 11 a.m. morning, afternoon timing of their local time. Like if the person residing in USA, send them the email about 9 to 11 a.m. of the USA right? So these are the some important do's which will help you achieve better. Next is don'ts, which we already covered a little bit, but I will focus on a few other words over here that you are not going to send your emails on weekends and Fridays because this is the time where most of the emails get ignored, right? So the best time to send your email is Monday and Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like early week. Do not send late of the week because they might get ignored or they might get just dropped up in the bin. Second part of your okay. So let me give you an example of a sample template of a email, how you're going to write it. First of all, see the subject is very clear. It should have a clear subject with your name. Then you are just giving the salutation to the person you were sending the email, then keep it short and clear. Like, I recently read your paper on machine learning. Do not start like, I want to collaborate with you. This is the first line where people get struck. Start from the fact which you liked about them and connect it with your expertise, how you could benefit. This will make them trust and this will make them feel that, yeah, you are the person they're looking for. So I what you have written, I recently read your paper on machine learning diagnostics in the Lancet Digital Health. Particularly, your approach to early cancer detection resonates with my current research. Like this is the link building stage. At the very early stage, you are building your connection with that person. So this is the line which will force that person to carry on reading with your email, right? So in the end, you can just write that I'm exploring collaborations with you, and it could be any type of collaboration. I'm open to discussion. We can have a 15-minute call or like that. And you will write, okay, one more thing I wanted to inform you that use your professional or your institutional email. It matters a lot. Most of the research or academic missions do not focus on those emails. Basically, they consider them as a spam when they're not from any institutional affiliation and they don't either know the person. So the best thing to get noticed is use your institutional affiliated email and always mention your LinkedIn profile because your LinkedIn profile will work like a short CV. Before having a discussion with you, that person could simply go to your LinkedIn profile and check whether your domain or your expertise or your skills are actually aligning with them and it would be beneficial to have a discussion with you. This is the point where most people are getting encouraged to get connections, right? So our next part is research opportunities. Over here, we have completed the email part, email outreach part. If you have any questions, you can note it down. We will be having a question and answer session in the end, so we can discuss it over here. Next is research opportunities. Now, how you are going to gain research opportunities as visiting position, or you can also gain joint publications with the experts in your field. So in this part, we are going to discuss that. Okay, so those of research opportunities, first of all, the most important thing when you are building a connection with the research expert whom you don't know basically, not from your colleagues or from your institutional affiliation, a person which you don't know, you are wanting to make a connection, research connection with them. Yes, it can be done. It's not unachievable. But how this is the matter. This is the thing where most people gain or fail, right? So first of all, the most important thing is that you have to target active publishers in your field. Those people which are have recent publications or which are actively publishing papers very frequently, that could be the best collaborative people for your GTV purpose because you can get a quick response from them, or they might be looking for some experts, maybe you, right? So the second thing is that when you are connecting for the research purpose basically, not for just any other experience, you are connecting for the research purpose basically, you should prepare a one-page proposal. That proposal will be your expertise, your interests, and how this connection will benefit for that person. Because that person doesn't contacted you, you are contacting that person. So how you are going to show that person that our research opportunity or our research collaboration would actually be the benefit for you as well. So you are going to show how your interests, your skills will benefit that person. Second, how you are going to find that academic person. So you could use ResearchGate, academia.edu, and Google Scholar to find active publishers in your field. Second, the third point is purpose-specific collaboration. Like you should be having any specific purpose. It would not be a paid. It would not be a paid collaboration that you are working on their research papers and they're just paying you. That's actually not how the research works. There might be a 3 month visiting position or less or more than this beneficial, or if it is feasible for you and that person, or you can have a remote joint paper on any topic which aligns perfectly with your field as well as that person's field, right? So that would be a benefit for both of you. Second, when you are doing the research with a third party person, like an institutional person which you are not connected through our interaction, so you are first going to make it clear with that person and you're going to discuss it very politely. You're going to discuss it that I want the proofs of our work for my GTV purpose. Like there should be an agreement to avoid any mishaps later on. There should be you can get a letter of appreciation from that person, or you can get a recommendation letter from that person. But that recommendation letter should clarify what roles you have played. And whenever you are doing a collaborative paper with someone, you for your GTP purpose, basically, you should be doing something which is of value in the paper. You should not be just being the corresponding author and gaining the authorship position. That's basically not what you want. You want an active part in the paper, like data methodology, complementary expertise. You should put your expertise in that research, which you could definitely defend in your GTD application as well. You should get, okay, you can also get invitation letters. Now, why I'm talking about invitation letters, like you can ask the person that they give you a institutional letterhead along with their signature that they have invited you, or you have done an invited research. That would definitely be of more work if it's possible, right? And you can also seek co-supervisor roles in in that research paper, because when you're having mentorship position, benefit your GTV profile, because you are already having your publications at this point in your GTV profile. as an author. So having a co-supervision role would definitely benefit you. And one tip I would like to give you is that you should have your research collaboration tracker so that whenever you are sending emails to that person, you should have a tracker or a sheet, basically Google sheet, in which you will keep your record that how you whom you have outreach, if they responded or not, have you given the follow-ups or not. This will make everything easier and manageable for you as well. Now, what you should not do in your research outreach, never send your wage proposals. If I'm talking about wage proposals, I mean be specific. Do not just say, I want to work with you, I like your work. No. Tell what work they have done. Tell how you could help them or how you could bring your insights into their work. That will be more achievable, and that type of email will definitely work, right? Um, Never fabricate your credentials and never overlook in every small institution there are experts as well. And if you're just focusing on the, I also informed this thing before as well, that if you're just focusing on bigger institutions, higher institutions, highly ranked institutions, we are definitely wasting a lot of time. So keep a balance between highly ranked institution and mid-tier institution researchers. This will be a tip that will work for your outreach purpose for research, right? Okay, submit same proposal to multiple collaborators would definitely be unethical, and it could lead to blacklisting of your profile as a research candidate as well. So never make this mistake. Create specific proposals for each collaborator and then begin your conversation with them. Okay, one point I wanted to tell that falsifying credentials and agreements is visa fraud and it could result in 10-year UK entry ban. So never do that. Okay, focus on the truth, focus on the reality, focus on the credibility. Now, what are your essential documents which when you're having research opportunities, what you should keep aside with you so that when you're applying for the GPV, you should have everything up to date. So first of all is invitation letters. Second is collaborative agreements or MOU documents in which every role is clear that what you are doing, what the other person is doing, is this actually a collaborative work? So this will be a credibility and this will be a proof, and nobody can later on like challenge you that this is not your work. So you should have a collaboration agreement in advance. Second, you should have your manuscripts published or joint publications, or if when you are applying for the GPE purpose, sometimes it happens that your paper is in publication mode, but it is not yet published. So you should have the emails and each and everything of your paper acceptance and process with you that will actually work as your evidence. Now you should have your recommendation letters. Or okay, when you are having the research collaboration with external persons, external research experts, you should be having email threads. Like whatever your discussion goes on, make sure that it's through email and you have a record of that. That will be used as a proof for your GPA purpose. Now, the third and the last point we are going to cover in this workshop is the speaking platform, which is again a very important thing. How you are going to gain speaking opportunities. Your GTV purpose, your GTV application doesn't only need your research, your publication, your outreach, your connections. It also needs your leadership skills, your speaking skills, your confidence level. So how you are going to achieve that by different platforms. Now, how the question might arise in your mind is how we are going to find those platforms or how we are going to find those opportunities. So in this part, we are going to cover this thing. So speaking platforms. First of all, start with webinars. Don't think of like TEDx speaking opportunities at the very early stage. Start with webinars, like your global audience. Start with your global audience. Start with your colleagues, basically your experts. Start with your peer juniors. Teach them your skills. In this way, you are going to start your speaking process, right? You can use, okay, I have given some, we are having some tools over here like Speaker Hub, Eventbrite, academic platforms. These are the platforms which you could use to find speaking, to create your speaking profile. Secondly, you can have your LinkedIn profile up to date. This is very important for your GTP purpose. And from LinkedIn, you could find some speaking opportunities with the speaking platforms that can allow you to conduct a short webinar or deliver what you have done in your, like, you can also discuss what you have achieved or what you have found out or what you have just done on what topic you have just done your research or what your findings say or what it's collaborate, right? So start from here and then move towards, like, gain one or two experiences, then move towards a wider audience, global audience, international audience, and gain your proofs, right? Okay, but what if you are just doing your webinars and not creating the proof? How you are going to show that you actually conducting the webinars? You actually taught. You actually have your speaking proofs. So you are going to have a recording of every engagement. Like, you should be having a recorded video that can be available on either YouTube. Like, later on, you can publish that on YouTube. You can have it on the specific platform pages. Like, if you are delivering your talk on any third party page or any third party company or any third party speaking platform, you can have your video uploaded on their platform as well as, and you can also post it on your LinkedIn for the credibility purpose. These sounds very short, but these are very useful for your GTV purpose, right? You can use diverse platforms like conferences, summits, podcasts, panels, etc. So first we talk about the webinars, we talk about the local and global opportunities of speaking. Now, second speaking, most important opportunity is conferences. But how what you are going to physically present in the conference. So there are two parts. First is the research. You can present your research abstracts, posters, in the conferences to gain the speaking proofs. Second, you can also send emails, or you can also send this. Now, here the first part of our presentation, which was email outreach, also comes, that you can send emails to the organizers of conferences, and you can politely ask them if they could offer you a speaking opportunity. But no, don't just write that I am this person, I want to speaking opportunity in your conference. No, explain them why, what you have gained, what's your how the audience can benefit, what you could provide to the audience. Make it very truthful, make it very clear, so that you can get a chance to present or to get an opportunity to speak in any well-known conferences as well. So what you should not do in speaking purpose. First of all, whenever you are gaining, sometimes what happens when you are having a good LinkedIn profile, a better connections with the people, with your experts in the field, sometimes some people also get invited speaking opportunities. So for that purpose, I would always recommend you to first research the credibility of the inviter, right? If that's actually a good conference, or is that actually a well-reputed platform to deliver your speech, to deliver your talk, or not. Because sometimes if you are going to present, or if you're going to become a part of predatory conferences or predatory platforms that asks you to deliver your talk, that asks you to deliver your insights, and later on doesn't like acknowledge your insights, like they treat them as their own perspective, as their own property. So that would be of no use to you, of no value to you, right? And also those conferences or those speaking platforms that asks you the fee to present, basically that would also be considered as predatory and would be of no use to you. Secondly, you never forget to update your CV or LinkedIn. That's the part that shows your engagement, your responsiveness, and your efforts in the field, your insights, your inputs in your work. Okay, so here are some speaking platforms which you could use. You can have academic channels like university seminar series. You can have conference calls and research group invitations. You can search for these. Along with you can search for industry platforms. By industry platforms, I mean well-reputed conferences like IEEE speaking opportunities, industry summit panels, and webinar series, specifically targeted to your audience, like your field audience. So that would actually be beneficial for you. You can also look for online and global opportunities like LinkedIn Live, Twitter Spaces, and YouTube channels, British Council seminars, etc. So last thing which we are going to have a quick look is common mistakes and how to avoid them. Being too transactional is the first mistake people actually make. So you have to first build the relationship. Never just in your emails or in your outreach purpose. Never just talk to your motive like I wanted this, I want to participate in this, I want to present, I want to speak. No, first build the relationship. First, acknowledge what they are doing. Then build the connection with your expertise, how you could benefit them. And then later on, what you could do, you could politely ask for your purpose, like getting a collaboration, getting a connection. Second thing is maintaining your documentation because in the end, when you will be applying for your GPD, this is the most important thing you will need. Second, inconsistent online presence. Like you are having everything. You are doing speakings, you are doing research, you are doing building connections, doing collaborations in multiple fields, in multiple types, but you are not presenting it to your LinkedIn profile or your professional stories. So that would definitely be the weakest point of your like your efforts, but you are not displaying it. For GTV purpose, we need to display our efforts, right? We need to display what we have gained, what we have achieved. Second, ignoring time zones when you are doing the email. Always follow the time zones of the recipient, not you. Like if you are in UK, never send your emails on the UK time until and unless the recipient is also in the UK. Otherwise, follow their timeline. Giving up too early. Okay, so here I must say that never expect to get a response after just sending 5 to 6 emails. It's not going to happen like that. You have to be persistent. You have to show up consistently. Be motivated. When you will get send at least 50 plus outreach emails with purpose, not just like sending the same email to everyone. It should be purposeful. You will definitely gain at least one or two best opportunities for you that you could use for your GTV purpose as well as for your professional growth. Always follow up for your email addresses, for your emails, and whenever you are sending any questionnaire to someone, always follow up for the reply and by follow upping, I always mean that never follow up more than 2 times because that would be counted as a negative gesture. So follow up for 1 or 2 times, and if the person responds, that's more than welcome. You can continue politely, and if that person doesn't respond, don't get disheartened and apply for and search for any other leaders in your field. Okay, one thing I wanted to include in my session is that the AI and plagiarism check services provided by Interaction. We are basically providing you two types of services: free AI and similarity checks for our customers and our clients, and another one is paid AI content removal. So for the free AI similarity check, this is the service which we provide to our every client for multiple times. There's no limit for the documents we are going to check for you. It's like you can send multiple documents to us, and we will definitely provide you the AI similarity reports because this is the very important thing in your GPD application as AI written content can reduce your credibility and reliability. So always focus on your unique content and for making sure that your documents are well prepared, we are having the service AI and similarity check and as well as we are having AI content removal services for those who want their AI written content to be transferred into human written content by our expert team. But for that purpose, we need to contact our admin team to avail this service. So, anything else which you think is unclear, you can ask me as it's time for a Q&A. Any questions?